Guys, I can't believe it. Honda is actually moving over to India because of Trump's tariff taxes. What? Don't believe me? Hey, my name is Roman, aka Young BizWiz, and today I'll talk more about the situation as to why Honda is deciding to start manufacturing in India in today's video. Let me talk to her. So if you don't know about Honda, they are a globally recognized car manufacturing plant with history after World War II ended. Honda was originally founded in 1948 and they were a really big motorcycle manufacturing plant. Actually, they still are a manufacturer of motorcycles today. But what happened was in Fujisawa, Japan, they were created in 1948 and they started dominating by the 1960s. And from 1963 and on, they started making cars, producing cars like the Civic and Accord, which is what we all know today. And because of that, Honda has grown into a national empire with being one of the big car manufacturers. You know, they're advertised all over the world. If you don't know what a Honda is, I don't know what to say, you know what I mean? It has to be one of the most well-known car brands to a point that when Hyundai was created, people thought of it as an off-brand Honda. So besides that whole backstory on Honda, why does Trump's tariff have to do anything with Honda moving over to India? Well, Honda in 2024 was deciding on where they wanted to build a manufacturing plant. And they had their eyes set on Mexico, but with the whole thing going on with Trump getting into office and starting a trade war and starting the tariffs and everything, Trump has been basically tariffing China, Mexico, and Canada as the big three right now. And because of that, with Honda trying to put a new manufacturing plant in Mexico, a tariff of like 10 to 25% does not sound ideal to profits. And so if there's a tariff only in 3 countries, bordering America, and you got China, well, there's over 100 different countries, so might as well see and try your luck in other places. And you might be thinking, well, Roman, why would they decide to move into India? Like, India is a really odd spot to really put in. Like, what makes India so special?
It's a feeling that welcomes you with open arms. And a belief that makes you want to stay. It's a deep sense of pride, renewed on every turn. It's a choice that's right for you and for the world. Because a Honda doesn't just get you there. A Honda goes beyond.
Well, in 2024, Honda decided to make an R&D in Bengaluru, India, which is basically a designing place for cars and motorcycles in India. And with them testing the waters out over there, I guess they decided, with the influence that they've made and the connections that they have with the Indian politics over there, that they want to build their manufacturing plant also in India. And so they plan on making over 6 figures worth of cars, aka 200,000 vehicles a year out of this factory, which is a crazy amount. I mean, I don't even think I've ever seen 100,000 cars in my whole life. But then again, I don't drive, so, what would I know, right? But it just sounds crazy that because of the tariffs, Mexico loses out and India benefits from the whole thing. And what do I think about the tariffs in general? Like, if I'm gonna be honest, if you're only gonna put tariffs on like certain countries or whatnot for political stance and biases, you have other countries you can manufacture from. For example, China used to be well known for manufacturing cheap goods. And because so many people started investing in Chinese manufacturing, China became like a really, profitable economy. And that started getting outsourced to other countries like manufacturing shirts and mugs and whatnot for drop shipping. So now we have Vietnam, Bangladesh, and many other countries now that are doing like the low-tiered, manufacturing goods. And so when you have for example, tariffs or trade wars going on, usually what happens is other countries are going to benefit because the whole idea, right, is that Trump wants to have American-made things. But with everyone being able to travel around the world very easily and where things to be shipped out across the world so easily, worldwide shipping. You know, it's not like it's just one or two countries. Like, people can get things within a few days from international shipping, like a week or two. And it doesn't really stop to make sense that, hey, you know, if something costs 3 times more to make in America than it does in Mexico, China, India, or even the Philippines, then why are you going to manufacture in America even with a 25% tariff? You know what I mean? So yeah, it's not making monetary sense because of how expensive it is to manufacture in America. And because of that, countries that realize, or my bad, companies that realize that Honda, you know, and because of that, companies that realize that they can manufacture in other countries that aren't going to be the staple originally well known, you know, Mexico and all these other places, they'll just go and manufacture in a whole different country where the tariff doesn't affect them and then just ship it out from there. And by doing that, they're going to circumvent the whole system. They still are going to maybe pay more for the manufacturing depending on how they want to negotiate that with other countries. Maybe other countries give better benefits than, you know, Mexico was giving, China was giving, and they can get like tax reductions or whatnot. And so with people exploring their other options, I feel like the end consumer in America loses because then they have to pay more for a car getting shipped from India to America instead of Mexico to America. And then, you know, they're not going to lose the profit on their side. They're just going to make you pay for it as the end consumer. And to me, that just seems to be logical. But I'm asking for you for what you guys think about the whole situation. Do you think that Honda is doing the wrong thing by manufacturing in India? Do you think it's a bad thing that Trump is doing these tariffs? What do you think about the whole situation in general? And what do you think about Honda as a brand? Let me know in the comments below. My name is Roman, aka Young Bizwiz, and thank you so much for watching this video. Have an awesome day. Peace. Well, in 2024, Honda decided to make an R&D factory in Bengaluru.